So this is May 2023, question number 4. And it says, consider the following functions. F of x is equal to 3 over x plus 2. G of x is 4x minus 5. H of x is x squared plus 1. For what value, so AI is asking, for what value of x is f of x undefined? Well, if we're asked this question, we know that we must put the denominator of f of x equal to 0 and solve the equation. The denominator of f of x is x plus 2, and that would be equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus 2 is the value of x for which f of x is undefined. Now we're to find the value of g of a quarter. Well, g of x is equal to 4x minus 5. So g of a quarter is saying to me, in g, wherever I see x, I must take out x and put a quarter. So it's 4 times a quarter minus 5. This is 1. So 4 cancels 4. 1 minus 5. G of a quarter is equal to minus 4. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Now h of x is equal to x squared plus 1. And we are asked to find h of minus 3. So h of minus 3 is saying in h, wherever I see x, I must replace x with minus 3. So this is minus 3 squared plus 1. Minus 3 squared is 9 plus 1. This is 10. Minus 3 squared means minus 3 times minus 3. A negative times a negative is a positive. F of x again is equal to 3 over x plus 2. Let's double check quickly to ensure that we're correct. Yes. Now, if someone asks me to find f of 0, I would start by finding f of 0. So f of 0 would be equal to 3 over 0 plus 2, which is equal to 3 over 2, or 1.5. So therefore, f of 0 is the same as saying f of 3 over 2. And f of 3 over 2 is saying in x, wherever I see x, I must put 3 over 2. So this is 3 over 2 plus 2. Well, 3 over 2 is 1.5. 1.5 plus 2 is actually 2.5, which is 5 over 2. So if I want, well, let's say I just say that this is 1.5 plus 2 is actually 3.5, which is 7 over 2. So, but this is 3 over 2. 2 is the same as saying 4 over 2. So this f of 0 is equal to 3 divided by 7 over 2. Seven over 2, which is the same as saying 3 multiplied by 2 over 7. Dividing by 7 over 2 is the same as saying multiply by 2 over 7. The final answer here is 6 over 7. So f of 0 is 6 over 7. B is asking us to write an expression in its simplest form for g of h of x. Well, g of h of x is a composite function, and to form g of h of x, I am going to write g, and I'm going to put h of x in g. How do I do that? I'm going to write g, and g is what? 4x minus 5. So this is 4x minus 5. But anywhere in g that I see x, I'm going to replace x with h of x, which is x squared plus 1. Distributive law to simplify. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 1 is 4 minus 5. And so g of h of x in its simplest form is 4x squared minus 1. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. Next, we need to find g inverse of 2. So if ever I'm asked to find g inverse of 2, what I would do is I would solve the equation g of x is equal to minus 2. If you ask me to find g inverse of minus 2, I would solve the equation g of x is equal to minus 2, because the solution of the equation g of x is equal to minus 2 is equal to g inverse of minus 2. Now, g of x is 4x minus 5, which is equal to minus 2. So 4x would be equal to minus 2 plus 5. So 4x would be equal to 3. Minus 2 plus 5 is 3. If the signs are different, subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. Then we divide both sides by 4, and we get that x is equal to 3 over 4. And so g inverse of x is equal to 3 over 4. Now, there's an alternate way that this could have been done. The alternate way is more intuitive. Well, I could have gone with if g of x is equal to 4x minus 5, I could first find g inverse of x. So I could go through the process of finding g inverse of x, which would come out to be x plus 5 over 4. So once I find g inverse of x, I could then say g inverse of minus 2 would be equal to minus 2 plus 5 over 4, which is still 3 over 4. So this would be an alternative approach. And this brings us to the end of this question.